Touch nothing. Countess?
Of course. Oh, she's still alive.
Oh, thank God.
Oh.
Mary!
What happened?
Oh, you're shot, for God's sake.
I need my medical bag.
I'll get it.
Quickly, compartment 12.
Michel, please search the train.
Oui, monsieur.
I'll go with him.
Me too.
Wait, do you have a gun?
There's one for emergencies in the porter's box.
Take it with you. This is not a game.
Yes, sir.
Come, quickly.
Can you sit upright?
I think so.
Ow!
There is a great deal of blood. I do not like blood.
Nobody likes blood. Here's your kit.
Thank you. It is only your arm?
Yes.
You are not hurt elsewhere?
No.
Right. Do not be alarmed. I am merely cutting the sleeve of your blouse so I can have a better look.
I cannot watch.
This may hurt a bit. It is, what do you call it in English?
Iodine.
Iodine. Ow!
Be careful, will you?
I'm all right, Connell. You are remarkably fortunate, Miss Debenham. 2 inches to the left and it would have been fatal.
Oh, well, thank God for small blessings.
Countess, may I ask Miss Debenham a question?
You are well enough?
I think so.
It is very simple, mademoiselle. Who shot you?
I don't know. I only caught a glimpse of him. He was...
What?
Tell us.
It makes no sense. He was in a kind of uniform. But I may have imagined it.
Can you tell us what happened?
I'll try. I woke up this morning feeling disoriented, as though I'd been drugged or something, and I had this splitting headache. So I looked through my suitcase for some aspirin, but I didn't have any. So then I stumbled out of the room, and I saw that Mrs. Hubbard's door was ajar. I called to her, but she wasn't there, and then I know I shouldn't have, but I went into her room. I'm sorry.
That's quite all right.
Go on.
My head was splitting open by this time, and I wasn't thinking straight, so I looked for some aspirin in Mrs. Hubbard's makeup bag, and there was this knife, and it was covered in blood.
A knife in my bag?
Yes.
Where is it?
I left it where it was. I felt so frightened.
Holy cow. I'll go get it.
Stop! You will not go get it. I will retrieve it when I am ready. Now, Miss Debenham, continue.
Let me just say that this goes to show you there was a man in my room last.
Mrs. Hubbard.
Sorry.
You talk too much.
I beg your pardon.
Miss Debenham?
Well, I was frightened when I saw the knife, and I must have backed into Mr. Ratchett's room, and then I turned and I saw the body on the bed with all the blood and the wounds, and I screamed, and then I saw the man and the gun, and that's all I remember.
It's all right.
Are you sure it was a man?
I think so. I assumed it was. I suppose I'm not positive.
He must have been hiding in here behind the door, waiting to escape.
So if I'd come in here first, whammo! No more show tunes in the shower.
And that would have been a terrible loss.
Mrs. Hubbard, can you tell me where you keep your makeup bag?
Gladly. It's right behind the door, hanging on the hook.
Merci.
And let me just say that if these compartments were a little bit larger, I wouldn't have to hang my bag on a hook like some drama school kid in a Rudolph Frimmel operetta living out of a hold all and... Holy God.
I cannot look.
I've never seen one like that before.
I will be analyzing it for fingerprints. In the meantime, will you all please leave and do not touch anything as you go. When I have finished in here, I'll be in the dining car and I would like to see Miss Debenham.
Now, see here.
If she is able. Then the princess and Miss Olsen and Mrs. Hubbard.
Nay.
Countess, would you be so kind as to escort Miss Debenham to her room, please?
Of course. You are strong enough?
I'm much better, thank you.
I see no reason to put Miss Debenham through anything stressful at the moment, and I suggest you don't.
I will bear that in mind.
Colonel.
I hope you solve all this quickly, monsieur. I am not afraid of dying, but I would rather not speed up the process.
I, for one, intend to sue this company on the grounds of sheer anxiety.
Eh bien, madame. You are not the only one who is anxious at the moment.
Zagreb, come in, please. We have an emergency. We cannot reach Belgrade, and we are 20 miles from the nearest town. We need assistance. Zagreb, come in.
No one. There is no one, I tell you. Not a single person on this train. Should not be.
You are positive.
Entirely. It's gone on too far. Our lives are in danger.
It is like a magic trick.
It's unbelievable. I told Michel to keep looking. He may find something.
I do not expect so.
Then where did he go? This man dressed as a conductor.
I have no idea. That is the problem. Every time I find a piece of the puzzle, there is a suspect who has an alibi. Colonel Arbuthnot. He could have a grudge against Cassetti from a business dealing. But then McQueen gives him an alibi from 12 to 2. They are chatting on the observation deck. Aha! I say. What about Miss Olsen? She is strange. There is something not quite right about her. But she swears that she and Miss Debenham were up all night chattering in a room they are sharing. And so it goes with the princess and Mrs. Hubbard, and now Miss Debenham is shot and I am out of suspects.
Poirot, I brought Miss Debenham, as you requested. Now what do you want with her?
I merely wish to ask her some questions. Colonel, you may go.
I beg your pardon.
You are not needed for this.
Well, I'm sorry to hear it, but I'm staying.
And I am sorry also, because you are not.
Now listen here, you little Frenchman.
He is a Belgian.
I don't care if he's the man in the moon. I'm not leaving her.
It's all right, James. Honestly, I'm sure it won't take long.
She is correct. I need a mere 10 minutes.
Well, I don't like it, you understand? You can put that in your meerschaum pipe and smoke it.
That is Sherlock Holmes.
Oh, go to hell.
Bon, please, sit down, Miss Debenham. There is much pain?
Well, it's rather sore, that's all.
Oh, you are very brave. Let us all be grateful it is not worse.
Thank the Lord.
Now, Miss Debenham, in the hotel yesterday, I heard you speaking with the colonel, and you said you were terrified you would miss the train. Can you tell me why it was so important for you?
It wasn't that at all. I didn't want to be late.
But you said you wanted to get it over with. Get it all behind you. Get what behind you? You seem quite agitated.
I'm afraid you're reading into it. I'm tremendously punctual, that's all.
Aha. Pardon, it is my profession. Sometimes I'm too imaginative. And you and the colonel are very close, I take it.
We only met a few days ago, and I suppose we'd rather hit it off.
And as for the murder, I assume you know that the dead man was Bruno Cassetti.
I heard.
And what do you know of the kidnapping?
Not much, I'm afraid. I've never been to the States.
Ah, I see. And what is it that brought you to Istanbul?
I lived with a family for about a year. I'm a governess.
And can you tell me your whereabouts last night between midnight and 2 o'clock?
I was in my room with Miss Olsen. We chatted until quite late. You see, she talks quite a bit, especially when she's anxious, and I may have dozed off for a few minutes.
I see.
May I go?
You may. Oh, wait! There is one last thing. Would you sign your name, please?
All right. It's a good thing I'm left-handed. I'd have trouble signing with my right at the moment.
Merci.
Please, get some rest. And on behalf of the company, I'll have a bottle of champagne sent straight to you.
Thank you so much.
If there's anything else I can do to help, please, let me know. Goodbye. Goodbye. Oh, could you imagine if she had died? Oh, thank goodness. She's such a lovely young woman.
Oh, she is more than lovely. She is a complete liar.
Miss Debenham?
She claims that she is not well acquainted with the Colonel, yet they are clearly on team. To him, she said she wanted to put something behind her, and now she pretends that these words mean nothing.
She was shot.
In the arm?
It could have killed her.
I wonder.
But what? Oh la la, you do not suspect her because that is murder?
It is not impossible.
But it is impossible. She's cool. She's methodical. She would not stab a man to death. She would sue him in court.
You are wrong if you think this crime is sudden and passionate. This is a long-headed crime, mon ami. I would stake my career on it. Look at this.
Sleeve from her blouse, so what?
There is a powder burn at the entry point.
Which means?
That the gun was very close to the sleeve when it went off.
So what? The man was 2 feet away.
Pardon, monsieur. I finished the search.
And?
Nothing. There's no sign of an intruder anywhere. If you like, I can show you.
No, c'est tout. Would you be so kind as to remove your tunic, please? I see that none of your buttons are missing. And moreover, the thread for each button is old, so nothing was sewn on recently.
That is correct, but may I ask?
Mrs. Hubbard found this button in her room this morning.
It is not mine, monsieur.
So I see, but it matches yours exactly.
It does.
Michel, are there other attendants on the train at the moment?
There's one in second class, a ticket taker I've known for years.
Is he large or small?
Quite large, I'm afraid. Shall I ask him to see you?
No, it is quite all right. And what other passengers, besides the ones in this coach, are on the train?
There's hardly anyone at the moment. It is the off-season. There's a mother and child on the Belgrade carriage, and that is all.
And could there be a second conductor on the train wearing a uniform like yours?
No, monsieur. There's no such thing. I had earned this uniform with many years of service. However...
Oui?
Well, frankly, I'm not sure I trust her word, but Miss Olsen says that last night she saw what she calls a second conductor on the train.
Miss Olsen?
Oui, she told me this morning.
She did not tell us this morning.
She said he was wearing a uniform like mine, and when she spoke to him, he did not respond. In fact...
What? Tell me quickly.
The princess tells me she also saw this man last night.
Ooh la la, ooh la la, ooh la la.
What is it?
It is just the kind of clue I've been waiting for. Michel, come with me. I will need your help quickly. Monsieur Book, we shall be right back. Do not move.
Where are you going?
You will see in a moment. Pardon, madame. We'll be right back.
I thought you wanted to question me.
I do. Just stay where you are. Michel?
Well, that was exciting, as if we needed any more excitement around here. Now listen, I want my passport back. What if there was another shooting we had to make a run for it? Can you see me running through Yugoslavia without a passport? They shoot me on sight and ask questions later. Who are you? Well, I'm Mrs. Helen Hubbard from the Minneapolis Golf and Racquet. Blam! No more mahjong.
You have been extremely patient. And believe me, I am quite grateful. If there's anything I can do to thank you, please, I'm at your service.
Oh. You remind me of one of my husbands.
Which one?
The next one.
No, please. Please, put it back. It is my suitcase. You may not take it.
He must have a reason.
I have an excellent reason.
Please stop.
Monsieur Poirot, really?
Miss Urson, you must permit me to take a look in your suitcase.
But they are private things. It has my undergarments.
Monsieur Poirot.
Miss Urson, we will look at nothing that will embarrass you. You have my promise. Wait, I have an idea. Princess, would you be so kind as to assist me?
I suppose.
Miss Urson, Michelle tells me you saw a second conductor on the train last night. Is that correct?
Yeah.
And what did he look like?
He was small, like a woman.
That is correct. I saw him as well.
Ah bon? That is perfect. It seems that virtually everyone on the train has seen the second conductor except myself and Monsieur Book. So the question now is, where did he go? Is he hiding on the train? If he was still in uniform, we could spot him quickly. Therefore, at least one conclusion is that he has hidden his uniform and done so in the luggage of one of the passengers.
But why choose me? There are other suitcases. Try one of the other ones first.
Princess, would you be so kind as to raise the lid and tell us what you see inside?
It is the uniform.
I have not seen it. I have hurt no one ever. I would not do such a thing. I am not a murderer.
Oh, no. I'm not accusing you. You did nothing wrong.
I did nothing wrong.
Monsieur Book, does the jacket have all of its buttons in place?
No, there is one missing.
There you go. Are we surprised at this?
Wait, there's something more. Oh la la, mon Dieu. It is the passkey to the doors of the train.
And that would explain how he got in my room last night.
No, mademoiselle. Just tell me, when was the last time you looked in your suitcase?
It was yesterday, right after we boarded.
So someone could have hidden it this morning after you left the room.
I have no idea. I have never seen it before.
Monsieur Poirot, I must insist that you stop bullying poor Miss Olsen in this manner. She's simply not up to it like the rest of us.
You are right. Forgive me. Now, would you be so kind as to help Miss Olsen back to her room and take Mrs. Hubbard with you? I need to speak with the Countess alone for a moment, if you do not mind.
Well, of course we mind. As soon as things start to get juicy, you throw us out again.
Will you please stop this gossip mongering?
Me? Your mouth is open so much I can count your teeth.
What a pleasure to learn you know how to count. Bird brain.
Well, if I'm a bird brain, you're a communist.
I am not a communist. I am an exile.
From your husband, I'll bet, who couldn't wait to get rid of you.
And who's the one with all the divorces?
My husbands were unfaithful.
And this surprises you?
Oh!
Ladies,
Okay.
Ladies, we are all a bit worked up at the moment. Please, this way.
Thank you.
You seem troubled.
I am getting more and more concerned.
Is that another crime will occur?
No, that I will serve this one. Countess, what is your maiden name?
Goldenberg, as you see in the passport.
Oui. But now you use Andreni.
My husband's name.
Of course. The Countess Andreni. And I believe your first name is Elena.
That is correct. I am a suspect.
I merely ask questions. That is my job.
I thought we were friends.
It is my greatest wish. But please, indulge me. This morning I examined your passport and I saw a grease spot at the beginning of your name, Elena. The spot occurs before the first letter and it could easily hide another letter, such as H. Now, if you add an H at the beginning of the name, it becomes Helena. It was used by Shakespeare when he meets someone extreme.
That is true.
The kind of name an actress might choose for her daughter.
I suppose.
An actress such as Linda Arden, the grandmother of Daisy Armstrong.
If you say so.
And the name Linda Arden is itself a stage name, surely. The word Arden was the maiden name of Shakespeare's mother, and also the name of the forest in his play entitled...
As you like it.
You know your Shakespeare well, von Hungarian.
I have studied Shakespeare since I was a child.
Yes, I know. I believe your mother, Linda Arden, taught it to you. And that would make you the aunt of little Daisy Armstrong. The aunt who went to graduate school and got a degree in medicine, then moved to Europe and got married.
I do not know this woman, but I would imagine she still suffers from the loss of her niece and her sister.
My dear, there is no use denying it. When the train gets on the way again and we reach the next city, a simple telegram will get me a photograph of Daisy's aunt, and it will all be over.
But I didn't kill him! I should have, but I didn't. I didn't even know who he was until you discovered it. But when you did, I realized that if you knew I was Daisy's aunt, you would think I had killed him because he was a blackmailer and a swine and the killer of a darling, sweet, innocent child who deserved to live.
Madame, really?
It's the truth. I swear to God. But I'll tell you this. If I had known who he was, that he was Bruno Cassetti, the man who stole two of the people I loved most in this world, I would have shoved the dagger through his chest myself, and believe me, no other wounds would have been necessary.
Station. Can you hear me, Zagreb? This is Constantine Book of the Orient Express.
We are hearing you, Monsieur Book. You are loud and clear.
We remain stuck in the snow trip to Polinsky Pass. Where are you?
We have been delayed, Monsieur, but should reach you presently. How are conditions?
We are losing heat and light. Provisions are low. Passengers are angry, and we have a dead man rotting in compartment 2. How are things with you?
Well, I'd like to know what the hell's going on.
He wrote me a note and said to meet him here.
He wrote me one as well.
I find this all ridiculous.
So where's that little Frenchman hiding? Is he still being mysterious?
He sent me a note to join him here.
I received one also.
Well, he's obviously up to something. Little weasel.
Pardon, I have kept you waiting and I apologize. I had to get, how do you say, my ducks in a row.
Ducks? What ducks?
It's an expression, Greta. You drive me crazy.
Oh.
Please, all of you, be seated. I have an announcement to make. Ladies and gentlemen, I have called you together in order to reveal to you the killer of Monsieur Samuel Ratchet, also known as Bruno Cassetti.
What? You're kidding.
You know who did it?
I believe that I do. But first I must interrogate the last of your fellow passengers who has not yet answered any of my questions. Colonel Arbuthnot.
Me?
James?
Do you have a problem answering my questions, monsieur?
No. Of course not.
Excellent. Now, in the course of service to your country, did you know an officer named Charles Armstrong?
No.
Have you heard of him?
Yes, we served in the same theatre of action, but we never met.
Have you heard of the Daisy Armstrong case?
Of course I have. She was murdered by some brute who was out for money.
And did you know that Colonel Armstrong was Daisy's father?
No, I didn't.
Or that he took his own life after the tragedy?
Oh, God. I'm sorry to hear.
Colonel, in the hotel in Istanbul, I overheard you say to Miss Debenham that you wished she was out of all this. What did you mean?
I have no idea.
Then she said that no one should see you together until it was all behind you. Until what was behind you?
I can't imagine.
Are you aware that you are obstructing justice?
I'm aware of no such thing.
And you, mademoiselle, can you explain what you meant?
I told you already. I wanted to get the trip behind me.
I think you are lying.
Now listen here.
Colonel, I am still talking. Now tell me what you meant at the hotel. You wanted to get her out of what? She wanted to get what behind her?
I'm married. All right? I'm in the process of getting a divorce, which I deserve because my wife is seeing another man. But I'll lose my case in court if it's known I'm seeing a woman socially. When the divorce is behind us, we stop hiding. Which is why I've been trying to keep things private, no thanks to you.
You have been doing a very poor job of it, I'm afraid.
Well, some of us have emotions, Poirot. I'm sure you'd sacrifice your own mother if it led to one of your damn solutions. And I don't think you know what the hell you're doing.
I know exactly what I'm doing, Colonel. I'm investigating the murder of Bruno Cassetti.
Well, he deserved to die.
Haha! Then you know who he is.
Well, yes. They told me.
But you did not know before they told you? And Colonel Armstrong was not your friend in the war? You did not save lives together as you fought with the Indian Army in the northern frontier? You did not swear fidelity and friendship with this man at the time of your trial by fire together? And now you do not give him the respect he deserves for all the tragedy and loss he had to endure before he took his own life.
Shut up, you carping ninny! What do you know about tragedy? Huh? What do you know about honor or loyalty?
Oh, you have been telling me lies, n'est-ce pas? Everyone in this room has been telling me lie after lie. But make no mistake, I know who killed Bruno Cassetti, and I know precisely how it was accomplished.
We're listening.
Facts of this case could not be more simple. At 5 o'clock last evening, this train left Istanbul on its way to Calais with stops in between. At approximately 12:30 last night, it ran into a snowdrift and was forced to stop. And at 10 o'clock this morning, Mr. Cassetti was found dead with 8 stab wounds to the chest. These are the facts. C'est tout, c'est fini. However, these facts permit 2 possible solutions to the crime. Under the first solution, one of Cassetti's enemies boarded the train at Sofia and brought with him a Weatherly uniform which he later put on. Then, last night, using a passkey to enter Cassetti's compartment, stabbed the man 8 times, then left through the door to Mrs. Hubbard's compartment.
That's what I've been trying to tell you.
Here, here.
Good job, my friend. You have solved the crime.
I would not get too excited. He has not finished yet. Have you, monsieur?
No, princess. I have not finished. Let me propose a second solution because two unexpected events made the first solution impossible. The first event was the snow, which forced the train to stop. It made the killer now had a very big problem. Where could he go? He could not get off at the next station because there was no next station. So unless the killer could fly, he must still be among us on this train. He must be one of you.
You said there were two unexpected events. We just can't wait to hear the other one.
The second event was the discovery of the fragment of a letter that said, "Remember little Daisy Armstrong." And from this fragment we know that the killer was not some random enemy of Bruno Cassetti, but someone who came to avenge the death of a 5-year-old child. Am I being fair about this, Miss Debenham? What do you think?
I suppose so.
Excellent. Now, with these facts in mind, the second solution took root, and little by little it has blossomed in all of its terrible ruthlessness. The first clue leading to this solution appeared within an hour of my arrival at Istanbul, where I learned that there was not a single ticket left on the first-class coach of the Orient Express.
It is never full this time of year. It's ridiculous.
And it was ridiculous. Why was this train so suddenly full? But thanks to Monsieur Book, I had a berth in the train, and soon, on the platform, I met an astonishing company of actors.
Monsieur Poirot, I look forward to hearing of your wonderful adventures.
Princess Dragomirov, how lovely to see you.
I have agreed to pay her way if she will assist me as I travel to Paris.
I am not married, except to God Almighty, who lives in heaven.
Hungarian, French, Russian, Swedish. What were these people doing on the same train? Something was amiss. It was like looking at a painting by Pablo Picasso. Over there's an eye, on top of an ear, behind a nose, and nothing was normal. Consider the moment in the corridor last night.
Help! Someone come quickly, help!
Miss Hubbard, what? What is it?
There was a man in my room. He ran off. I'm sure of it.
Which way did he go?
That way. Just a second.
Well, madame, that is where I'm coming from, and I saw no one. How is this possible?
How should I know?
Then came the matter itself. A businessman dies in a locked room in a torrent of almost unspeakable violence.
Dear God, it is awful.
Do you see his chest?
It is horrible.
I cannot believe it.
And then it was time to inspect the body, and the Countess and I found not one, not two, but 8 stab wounds to the chest.
Perhaps the man changed hands during the stabbing.
Or there were 2 assailants.
One strong, one weak.
After that, I was offered a feast of clues. The open window, the wine, the gun, until one clue of real importance was at last discovered. The broken watch.
It is thought at 1:15.
Ha-ha, at last! The time of death.
But for me, the importance of the watch was not the time it took, but the place it was found. In Mr. Cassetti's pajama pocket. A likely place to keep a watch, don't you think? Do you sleep with your watch in your pajamas? Do you? Or you? Of course you do not. It would be uncomfortable. Which led me to conclude that the watch was deliberately placed in the man's pocket so that I would think that the time of death was 1:15. A time in which every single person on this train has an alibi. But in fact, Mr. Cassetti did not die until after 2 o'clock, when absolutely no one has an alibi.
You know, I really don't think we need to be subjected to this performance, you know, in front of everyone.
Sit down, Mrs. Hubbard. As for who actually killed Mr. Cassetti, the second real clue was found on the floor near the body. The handkerchief, with the letter H in the fabric. And I now return it to its rightful owner, Princess Natalia Dragomirov.
But my initial is N.
Except that in Russian, in the Cyrillic alphabet, the letter N is written like the letter H in English.
Thank you. I must have dropped it.
And that leaves the most puzzling occurrence of the entire case. As some of you recall, I was speaking with Mrs. Hubbard and the Colonel when suddenly there was a scream and a gunshot. But this was no ordinary scream and gunshot, my friends. This was a fabrication so fantastic and elaborate that for a moment, even I was confused.
Oh my God, it's her!
What happened?
Mary!
Within moments of seeing Miss Debenham on the floor, I knew it was all a sham. A performance. How could a man only 2 feet away merely graze the victim in the arm? And why would I find a powder burn on the sleeve of the blouse where the bullet entered? Because she fired the bullet herself, then dropped the gun and fell to the floor.
Oh, nonsense!
I'd have to be crazy.
Exactly. Crazy. That or committed totally to a course of action that meant everything to you. 4 people on this train were friends or family of little Daisy Armstrong. Do you not find this incredible?
My father brought the case against that son of a bitch.
Daisy's grandmother is my dearest friend.
Well, he deserved to die.
I would imagine she still suffers from the loss of her niece.
And if there were 4, could there be 6 or 8? Could Miss Debenham not have been young Daisy's governess at the time of the kidnapping?
I lived with a family for about a year. I'm a governess.
And Greta Olsen, who's been a baby nurse for years. May we not suppose she was young Daisy's nurse among ours?
I'm a missionary, and I work in Africa with little babies.
As for Michelle, it struck me from the beginning that a scheme like this could not be accomplished without someone on the inside. Let's say a conductor who could come and go as he pleased. And then I recalled the maid Suzanne, who took her own life, was from Paris, like Michelle, and I wondered if this unfortunate girl was not Michelle's daughter who went to work in America. And that leaves one last passenger who is not accounted for. It leaves Mrs. Hubbard, who has certainly turned in the finest performance of the evening. It is not hard to see she is an actress by profession. The grandmother of little Daisy Armstrong, the great Linda Arden, who has dazzled so many audiences during her distinguished career. Mrs. Hubbard, I salute you and assume you masterminded this scheme from the beginning.
Is this true?
I always wanted to be a director.
And so, in the end, the matter was committed. There were 8 stab wounds to the body, some strong, some weak, some left-handed, some right-handed. And there were 8 killers. You planned it together, you killed together, and in the name of justice, you played God together.
For Sonia's little girl.
For my daughter, you pig.
For Charles.
For Daisy.
For little Daisy.
For my father.
For my darling Daisy.
For my grandchild.
And now, my friends, what am I to do? Cannot be long until the Yugoslavian police arrive, at which point I must tell them the truth, n'est-ce pas?
The truth, of course, about the second conductor.
Anything else would be a complete injustice.
Oh, on the contrary, it is the only justice. Under the law, if you commit a matter, you must pay the price.
But it was Cassetti who murdered the little girl.
And did they give you a right to kill him?
Of course it did. He killed 5 people for some ransom money. He'd done it before and he'd have done it again. Now it's time for you to turn around, walk away, and leave us alone.
No, it is not. It is not that time. I have never in my life turned my back on the law. Do you understand that, Colonel? The law must be obeyed or we become barbarians. It is 1934. Europe is changing and there will be chaos. There will be nothing left of us and we'll have to start again. I cannot support this. I cannot agree to this.
But the man was a monster, Monsieur Poirot. You know he was.
But I cannot. I cannot just ignore this.
May a humble actress speak her piece?
Please do, my dear.
Monsieur Poirot, we are in your hands, and we acknowledge it. But would you really have wanted Bruno Cassetti to get away scot-free? Is that the kind of justice you are after? Look at it this way. You have the perfect solution staring you in the face. You have the button, you have the uniform, and you have 3 reliable witnesses who saw a man in the corridor last night. And surely you're not calling all of us liars, because if you did that, well, there would be months of trials. Lives would be damaged, even more than they've already been damaged. Is that the kind of justice you are after? Examine your heart and tell us what you want.
You put me to the test, madame, and I am greatly troubled. Monsieur Book, my friend, you are the director of the Wagonry. What do you have to say?
In my opinion, the first solution you put forward is exactly correct. We had a murderous intruder dressed as a conductor. That is the solution I feel you should present to the police.
Aurora, my friends, may you go with God. And I hope that he can give you the strength you need to get on with your lives.
The crews, they have arrived.
They're here at last.
Oh, praise the Lord.
The train is moving.
Thank God.
Hello there. Thank you so much. Oh, James, do you see that?
I told you we'd be right here. You know, Poirot, you turned out to be more than...
Poirot?
Monsieur Poirot?
He's gone.
Gone where?
Monsieur Poirot!
And so the case was over at last. The passengers went their separate ways. I have learned since that time that Agatha Olsen did in fact get to Africa for the first time, as it turned out. And she did work with the children and saved many lives. The Colonel and Miss Davenham were married in a quiet ceremony in St. James Square. Monsieur McQueen returned to his business, Michel to his friends, and the princess left us for the great beyond. The Countess, alas, went back to her husband. Monsieur Book and I have remained good friends. Mrs. Hubbard, the great Linda Arden, has recently returned to the stage in a musical entitled No More Nanette, which I am told she brings the audiences to their feet. Meanwhile, I beg you to believe me when I tell you that I wish all of them well, and I hope that they prosper to the end of their days. But at night, in the darkness, when I'm all alone, I ask myself again and again if this was justice, if I did the right thing. And on many such nights, it is not until morning that I can close